How long have you spent working at your office? 10, 12, or maybe even 14? Ever wondered if it's making you more successful or maybe it's just making you more miserable? Also, let me ask you something. Does your work-life balance even exist? The idea that working long hours equals dedication has become so normal in our work culture that nobody even questions about it anymore. It's like success is measured by how long you're stuck to your desk and not the actual value that you're going to bring to the table. It's almost like staying late has become the ultimate badge of honor. But does that even make any sense?
Are Indians overworked? Sleeplessness, chronic stress, lack of work-life balance.
Just take a look at any office today. You'll notice people staying at the desk for long hours. But are they actually being productive? Or are they just passing their times just to look busy? Some employees does everything except work. They be scrolling on their phones, chatting with their colleagues, or aimlessly staring at the screens. And yet, these are the people who are named as dedicated because they stay late. Recently, L&T chairman S.N. Subramanian made a comment on people working for 90-hour weeks.
I regret I'm not able to make you work on Sundays, to be honest. If I can make you work on Sundays, I'd be more happy. I work on Sundays also. What do you do sitting at home? How long can you stare at your wife? How long can the wife stare at your husband? You got to make the fastest, biggest, longest, the largest, everything like that. You first work 90 hours a week. Get going, guys. Come on.
He probably thought that he was being inspirational, but all he did was piss people off. And he's not the only one who's pushing this statement. Even Narayana Murthy suggested that young Indians should work 70 hours a week to boost the economy.
Our youngsters must say, this is my country. I want to work 70 hours a week.
And Bhavish Agarwal from Ola views that weekend as a foreign concept.
But I don't agree with this work-life balance concept. Because if you are enjoying your work, you will actually find happiness in life also and work also, and the both will be in harmony.
Okay, sure. Are we getting the foreign level salaries? Are we getting the benefits? Are we at least being treated like humans? It's just work, work, work with nothing that we deserve in return. And let's not pretend that overwork leads to success, because it doesn't. Study shows that productivity crashes after a certain number of hours. People are not doing a high quality work at 11 p.m. The brains are fried, the creativity is dead, and they're just dragging themselves from one task to another. There's a big difference between working hard and being pushed beyond their limits. If someone is working for extra hours and getting paid for that, then that's fine, because that's totally their choice. But that's not what's happening in most of the companies. Instead, employees are expected to work for insane number of hours for free, with zero appreciation, zero rewards, and zero work-life balance. And if you try to stand up against this, suddenly you will become the problem. It's not just about the long hours anymore. It's also about the pressure to fit in this culture. If your manager calls you on weekends or during your time off, you're basically expected to drop everything that you were doing at that moment and do what they say. Because for them, your personal life doesn't matter at all. You are meant to give up all your time to this job without asking any questions. And if you dare to set any boundaries, then be ready to be labeled as disrespectful for not being available 24/7. And you know what's the worst part? You will stop getting all the recognitions that you deserve for the good work that you do. And if you don't stay late, or if you don't socialize after work, or if you don't drink with your colleagues, then you'll be excluded. And promotions don't go to the people who deserve them. They go to the people who are in favor to their bosses or managers. And what happens when you're finally burnt out? Nothing. They'll just replace you the next day like you never existed. A 2020 WHO study had found that working for more than 55 hours a week can cause serious health issues. In 2016, 745,000 people have died due to heart disease and stroke. That's nearly 1 million of people who died due to long working hours. And it's happening right in front of us. In July 2024, Anna Sebastian, a young chartered accountant from Kochi, died just after 4 months joining EY India.
A 26-year-old Anna Sebastian Perayal tragically died in Pune.
Anna Sebastian Perel was working for EY at their Pune office.
Her mother even wrote a heartbreaking letter by calling out the company's toxic work culture, saying that they pushed her daughter beyond her limits. And you know what's the worst part? EY employees even skipped her funeral. And that's the corporate culture for you. They talk about employees' well-being in their PR statements. And behind the scenes, it's all about squeezing the employees dry until there's nothing left. And if you think Anna's case was one-off, then you're wrong. Because this happens all the time. The only difference is that most people suffer in silence. And if you work in a toxic corporate job, then let me tell you how these corporates trap you. We're a family here. That means you're expected to sacrifice your personal life without complaining. You know, you should be grateful to have this job. That means don't expect a fair pay or a humane treatment here. We need team players. That means if you try to set boundaries, then you will be labeled as difficult person. We need someone who thrives under pressure. That means we will overload you with work and still expect you to survive here. So what's the solution then? At this point, the corporates are not going to change unless they're forced to. So what can we do? First, value results, not hours. Stop measuring the success by the number of hours that is spent at your work. The person who leaves on time is not lazy. They just know how to manage their time better. Second, fair pay for overtime. If you're working for extra hours, then you should be compensated. Third, stop glorifying the hustle culture. Overworking is not some kind of a badge of honor. It's self-destruction. Fourth, call out the toxic companies. If the workplace is hell, then people should know that, because no one deserves to walk into a trap. And finally, remember, no job is worth your health. Your health is the most important thing. No matter how great your job or your salary is, nothing is worth sacrificing your physical or mental well-being. Let's say that if your work is making you sick or stressed, then it's time for you to rethink your priorities. Because you can always find a new job, but your health is irreplaceable. Because let's be real, if you die tomorrow, your job listing will be up even before your obituary. So, don't kill yourself for a company that doesn't even blink when you're gone. Work hard, do your best, but know when to walk away. At the end of the day, we don't need bosses who drain out every bit of the energy from their teams. We need leaders who would inspire, motivate, and genuinely care about their teams. Because when employees feel valued, respected, and supported, that's when the real progress happens. So, what are your thoughts on these issues? If you think I had missed out any important segments from this toxic work culture, please do let me know in the comments below. And also, please share your personal experiences with your toxic managers or toxic bosses. I would love to read it. And also, please subscribe to our channel for more such unfiltered talks and videos. And I'll see you in the next time. Until then, keep watching. Satyameva Jayate.